This is a Sealine C530. I've been after getting one of these on the channel for a little while. Now I do two versions of this. The C is for coupe, so it's just the flat topped roof that you can see there. There is an F530 as well. That gives you a flybridge up on top, but other than that, they are pretty much identical. So looking at this one, it gives us a pretty good idea of both boats. It's a big chunk of boat, even for a 53-foot boat. There's a lot to it. It's tall, it's wide, and it's voluminous, and it's spacious. So we're going to head on board here at the stern, step onto the bathing platform. It's a high-low platform. It actually lifts a 400 kilogram tender, so you get a pretty decent tender onto here. And as it lowers, these steps, as it comes down, sort of cantilever into an angle, and that gives you steps down into the water, which is a nice touch. We'll head on this way, and we'll do the full tour. I do like the way that you've got these sections like this, and then the walkway down through under it. It gives it a little bit of a super yacht vibe. And there's a big sliding roof section up here, you can see, so this can be completely open. So quite often on these you've got the shade, but you've got no choice but to have the shade. With this, you can go for either. You can slide it back, or you can have it open as we are at the moment. Another thing you've got here is that this backrest will power down horizontal to make that into a big sunbathing area if you wish, and this table here will also fold out, so if you're dining, you can have a lot more space. And in fact, you can tilt that either way, and there's a reason for that, which is this is really good when you're using the boat and you've got a rail there when you're moving around, but the engine access is underneath here and it tilts up that way, and that's why you can tilt it that way as well, so that it can go up higher. Let's head inside first of all. Now the doors open really wide. You can see they're quite small sections, and also you can see the lift up section there, so that really opens this whole area up. I'll slip my shoes off. This is actually an owner's boat which Sealine borrowed for the show, so this isn't a brand new one, but it is going to give us a really good example of one that's had a little bit of life and still looks great. Now this has got the high gloss walnut finish. You can have a matte finish if you prefer. There's also a lighter colour as well, which you can have in matte or in gloss, so a lot of choices with the colours. And it's a galley aft layout, as you can see, so this caters straight out to the cockpit, which is nice. If we look in here, that is all, well not all, but a lot of the electrics are in there. And then if we look in here, quite interestingly, this one's got air conditioning and heating. That's because the original owner had heating on it, and then when it got sold to the current owner, air conditioning got fitted. So we've got both on here. Sink is underneath there, and you've got your 4-burner hob. The oven is underneath, and then this, if I can find a way in, there we go, is all drawers across here. And then if we look on this side, this is the fridge as you would imagine, but it's also got a freezer as well, which is a pretty decent size. Now, one thing that you really find with this boat, I mentioned the volume and the beam, and you really do feel it here because there's a lot of space right the way across here, but also the windows drop right the way down virtually to the floor, and they do the same on both sides. And again, it just feels so open. You can probably feel it even just watching the video, just how open this feels. What you get with the coupe as well is this massive sliding roof section here. You don't get that with a flybridge boat, of course, because there's a deck up there. So that's the advantage with going for the coupe version. But as I mentioned before, all this down here, this is the same whichever you go for. There's a TV that rises out of here, and what's interesting is it comes right up, but then it swivels, so you can watch it from here, or you can swivel it round and you can watch it from the cockpit. And if we step on a little bit further, there's an option here, which is you can have a seat here instead if you prefer. That's just a storage area down into there, and that one there, which looks like it does something, is just a feature panel. If we head up here, this is the helm. Great big comfy double helm. There's a side access door, that's always useful. And with that roof rolled back, of course, and that door open, you get quite a nice open and connected feel here. 2 big screens on this one. You can configure these how you like. This one is on navigation and this one is on camera. It's actually got a camera that looks at the bathing platform. Really helpful if you're berthing the boat. If you're coming in stern to the pontoon, as this one is, that's the pontoon, that's the bathing platform. You can actually watch it in. That's really helpful. It's IPS on here, so you have an IPS controller, that's there, and the throttles are here. And then you've got VHF radio, steering obviously, the Volvo instrumentation display there, and so forth. Excellent, let's head on down. we'll go forward first of all. And this is the guest VIP cabin, cabin 2. You've got big hull windows in here. You've got a load of storage in places like this. If you're wondering about these panels that you'll see about the place, that's where the air conditioning was fitted. So if you didn't have air conditioning, that would be another storage area. And this is all storage down along here. And that's the light switches. They're programmable, so you can push different buttons to get different sets of lights up. I like the feature panel they've put along here. And there's more storage then down on this side. And another light switch here. That mirrors the one that's by the bed, so obviously you don't have to get out of bed to turn those on and off. And if you go into here, this is an ensuite, but it's also the day heads. So you'll see there's another door just there. Toilet in there, nice shower cubicle, and then the sink is in behind. And you'll also notice these portholes there. They've got opening portholes, which just lets a bit of air through. So that is, as I say, your VIP guest cabin. If we press on back a little bit further, we will discover cabin 3. So this is a twin cabin. Now there is an option when you buy the boat new to have a double bed in here instead of 2 singles. It's just, again, owner specification. They offer various choices. That's what the original owner of this one went for. There's more storage in here. That's a hanging locker. There's some bedding in there in a minute, but you get the idea. Or pillows maybe, I'm not sure what those are. Big hull windows again. We're at the Southampton Boat Show. Getting towards the end of that chap's putting his canopies up. But decent cabin, and actually decent headroom as well. You can see through here. It's pretty good. And they've put a big skylight in this one, so you get plenty of natural light into here. But there's a blind that comes across like that. And if we go around again a little bit further, we will discover the owner's cabin. That's in here. And that brings us right down into the centre of the boat. Close that behind me. There we go. That's a lovely cabin, isn't it? Really nice. Ton of storage in here. So you've got storage along here, all the way along here, like this. I think that's a little dressing area. Yeah, there we go. And then this is nice. A little seating area here. Nice place to have a little coffee in the morning before you emerge. Set yourself up for the day, and then more storage in places like this. And there's full standing headroom here, and there's a step up, and the headroom comes up with you. The only place you lose it touch is just here. There's one small area where you've got to stoop a little bit if you're tall. If you're not, you'll probably be fine. But that is a decent cabin, isn't it? For a 53-foot boat, that's nice. Okay, let's head forward. There's an ensuite to this cabin, of course, and that is in here. So you've got the loo there, storage in there, and then a nice big separate shower, rainfall shower actually, in there. Lovely. Let's come out of here. Now there is one more thing to show you on this deck, and that is, clip that one back, there we go, that is a washing machine. Very useful. There we go. So we're going to go and take a look around the outside. There's a crew cabin to show you, and there's the engine room to show you as well. Oh, I must show you this. I like this very much. So table is like that. If you want it larger, you can swivel it. He says, clipping it into place. There's a little release underneath here. Where's it gone? There it is. There we are. So we'll swivel that. Clips back into place. Look at this. How cunning is that? We've just doubled its size. Brilliant. It's the little things that amuse me. There you go. And pull that release again. Swivel it round. Back to half size. Superb. Let's go on back. No, let's not go on back. Let's go out the side door. There we go. So we can step out here onto the side decks, and this brings us up to the bow. There are, of course, cushions that go around here. They're not here at the moment, but there's cushions that go all the way around here. That is that hatch that is over the forward cabin. There's a table out here, and that's just a really nice separate area to come and tuck yourself away. And in fact, you'll notice that that's a telescopic leg on there. You can drop that down, you can see how it fits into these recesses, and you can make that into a huge sunbathing area if you prefer. And we'll come right to the very front. Take a look back. There we go. Big chunk of boat, isn't it? Let's go down this way. These are deck lockers, like so. And then we can come right down this side. That's that massive opening roof section across there. But we're going to step down here, come all the way back. These are these overhangs I mentioned when we first came on. So you kind of come inside them as you come back here, which is nice. And that guides you back into here. So we'll head back to the bathing platform, because that is where the crew cabin is. It's a 53-foot boat. These are generally owner managed, don't normally have crew. So it is only a small occasional use one, but nonetheless, there it is. Like so. And if you're wondering where the toilet is, it's under the step. There we go. As I say, this is not the kind of boat you would run with a permanent crew, but it's just an extra overflow space if you need it. And in fact, this is an option. So if you prefer, you could have this just a storage through here. When you order the boat new, you order it without the crew cabin, and that's just a massive deck locker, which is also a very useful function. So come back out of here. There is a barbecue on the back of this one as well, like so. Little sink there, and that's one of those pop-out lights to illuminate that area. And if we come back up here, back into the cockpit, I will show you the engine space. So let's pop my shoes back on. And to get into this, we release these. We find a button on here. Engine room hatch. I reckon that's going to do us. And there it goes. Okay, let's go down into here. Now they put the canopies in here out the way because it's a boat show, but you get the idea. The engines are underneath here. These are just the cockpit canopies that go around the back. So these are a pair of D8 IPS 700 engines, another one on this side underneath this box. And these are giving the boat about 31 knots flat out, and then cruising at about 25 knots, and your range, you're going to be probably about 300 miles, probably, something like that. And also in here, you've got the generator. That's this Fisher Panda fellow. A lot of the electrical systems are down here as well. And you can see a lot of the wiring across the back. Hot water tank is down there in the corner. And some more of the wiring and plumbing and so on. In fact, you can get right down into here, look. Very good. Very good indeed. Okay, let's come back up out of here.
Oh, sorry.
It's okay. You push that one there. And that is about that. We've got a beautiful Southampton sunset going on. How lovely. Let's go round here and finish up on the bow. beautiful. And there we go, that's a Sealine C530. As I say, there's a flybridge version as well, the F530, but apart from the flybridge, they are pretty much identical, so that should give you a pretty good idea of both of the boats. Hope you've enjoyed that. Huge thanks to TBS Boats who organised that tour. They're the UK Sealine dealer. And huge thanks as ever to you guys for watching. We'll catch you on another one of these very soon. Take care, bye-bye.